Howdy there, folks. Hope everybody is doing well. It has been a minute here in real life since I did one of these videos, and also since I uploaded one. I had the probably the world's worst cold, and you'll still hear remnants of it, but I was in no shape to record and upload stuff. So that has largely passed, and I'm back on campaign here. This is campaign 12, which I'm still trying to finish up. And I think I'm about to call it quits. Not to, well, you know, now that I see that they're recruiting again, maybe not. I was debating as to whether I want to create the kind of giant, I guess it would be the Spanish invasion force this time around. But we're coming to the end of the 63 campaign season. And so far, I mean, if we just bring up our front lines real quick, we should have lost West Virginia. I think we actually lost it in 61. But after the Whiskey and Lemons patch, I think something got screwed up. We took a little bit of Kentucky, never took the whole state, and we're not going to hold it. Although it looks like the Union is also about to bounce out and head to West Virginia. That's a big mistake. We had made an incursion into, there it is, Missouri, and I decided to call that one off before 63 campaign season ends. There's just, well, we should do something about these guys, but actually maybe the something we'll do is... they can't build, so maybe we just gotta like drag them back ever so slowly. But yeah, the front lines are more or less where the war began 2.5 years ago, and so by the time the 64 campaign season begins, I assume not too much is going to get changed. It looks like the Union is still thinking of pushing through. I mean, this is just one of the worst places to go. If you remember the previous episode, they were making a big fat old push, and it looked like it might continue on into central Kentucky, and then they were going to push Nashville. And I think between bringing some armies over from Arkansas and what I already had in Tennessee, I might have been able to hold them. We did fight 1 or 2 battles here in the previous episode. And I think we cleared out an area here. We fell back to get our readiness in better shape before the campaign season ends. But now this third corps is moving in. I think it says 25,000 are there, and it might get another 10,000. And so I sent over, I thought it was a pair of armies. I thought it was Bragg, and I thought it was, well, if it's only Van Dorn, then there's really not too much moving in there. So whatever, we'll see how that goes. Maybe Robertson could come over and support, but probably not. But anyways, we'll see how things end up here, but I think we're still going to hold all of Tennessee, and we'll really see how the Union pushes out of this supply desert, at least so they have their raiding corps here, and then they have their level 1 supply depot, which is trying to keep all these armies in this supply desert going. Up in the north, alright, so we got Fort Lyon, but we did not get the other one. Union looks like it could press us. We should probably just bring Magruder back, and Hindman or Hindman, whoever, can fall back as well. There was a weird thing going on in the couple of episodes right before this one, where kind of no matter how the battles went, we just lost a ton of readiness. And I think I made the modding adjustments to get rid of that, but if I didn't, I'll have to go back in and do it anyways. Whoa. This is an army of Washington? Yeah, so I'm not too sure what the AI is up to here, but we do have some forces to match them. I guess we'll send Crawford up here. Ferguson can kind of move up there, and I don't see anyone else over here, so I guess we can send Pond Jr. up as well. But I think it's going to be pretty slow. Famous last words. I think it's going to be a campaign heavy episode. Might be campaign exclusive episode if the Union doesn't man up here and start pressing us. But the first time in a while, it feels like we actually have things in our favor. It felt like we're doing okay. I mean, if you don't really recall where we are, so 83 to 29. I mean, it sounds pretty lopsided. The casualties 127 to 204 to 205. It is, but when you think about it, right, the AI in this one gets none of the bonuses that it gets in vanilla. I've stripped them all away. And so the fact that the AI is still winning almost 1 in 3 fights, it ain't bad. right? And at least I don't think it's too bad. I don't know that I'm going to do the big Spanish invasion because they're so far behind. I seem stuck around 89. And I think that the reason is that, well, you get the explanation in here if you hover over it, but they've just lost a ton through battles that I haven't. So they've lost 17 and a half, and I've lost less than 6 naval engagements. They've lost another 15. I've lost only 2. So those are like big losses for the AI side. The naval engagements, there's not too much they can do. I toned them down because I think they matter too much, and it looks like they need to be toned down once again because they're contributing, I think, far too much to the overall outcome. But you know, it's a process. The post Whiskey and Lemons patch tuning process here is in full effect. All right, so we sent the 3rd Corps back. They're not going to get that supply depot built before winter down here. That's what we wanted to prevent. So we're going to send Van Dorn back. We can stop Robertson there. And I think I'm okay with just about all of that. On the, I know that the policy thing has been pinging for a while. There's really nothing I want here. Free trade, not going to do it. Civilian warships, don't feel like I need it. Halt con trade is maybe one I could do. But I just feel like the rise in demand never really pays for itself. Not worth the loss of public wealth. The Mexican intervention, I probably don't need the recruits in Texas, but why risk it? European relations never really seem to matter much. So, you know, again, why risk it? Why give the Union back some morale? Just to maybe bring the French in later. I don't think it's going to be close enough that I'm going to need them to intervene. So I'm leaving that one open. There is some stuff here. I know we had enough for another civil order. I keep saying this, but I feel like so late in the war, it doesn't really make sense to take too much more. Trade deals, I'll take. If we, what else? It's not civil order I'm looking for. I thought there was something else there. Swear. There was something. Logistics reform. How much are we spending on? Actually, on army upkeep. That almost might be worth it. With less than 12 months left. Do I need troops? Do I need to spend this on recruitment? No, not at all. Jeez, excuse me again. So, if I don't know, man. 21 million. So that'd be like 6 months. Actually, yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. And then I'll probably turn down trade warfare. I don't really care too much about. I don't think I'm that. Blocky, yeah, 5% is not that much. And so I think we can go up here. Uh-oh. Oh, did I already turn? Maybe I turned all these down already. That would make sense. Yeah, it's just agriculture and diplomacy, and I'm doing the diplomacy for trade deals. Agriculture, we're going for maybe one more take of farm mechanization. Right, shouldn't take that long. And then we could probably turn those down, and then we'll see that the subsidies line in ours should really come down in a way that it hasn't been that low for a while. If we compare, let's see, our credit rating to theirs, it's not good for them. Our interest rates, again, a little over 5%, not bad. They're doing, I don't know, whatever that is, a little over 6%, so good for us. Economy-wise, they say we're kind of, you know, actually at this point in the war, that's not terrible. Usually it's like sub 100, and you can tell on here it's probably about 120 or so, and they're at 300, and so to be a little bit better than a third of what the Union has, I would definitely take that. So it is a very successful campaign, I would say, to date. Of course, I say that as now there's this giant blue wave bearing down, but my hope is to get back some readiness here because we're going to need it, and then we'll worry about what's bearing down on us. All right, it's Magruder. Yeah, I think we'll just hold everybody else kind of. I'm surprised Johnson and Beauregard aren't getting theirs back faster. I don't know why the AI is going nuts here with the... Yeah, it's not a disaster. It's a foregone conclusion there. Going a little nuts here with the cav rating. I don't think it's going to go the way they hope. Oh, that's where those armies are. I was going to say, I thought there's supposed to be some more forces up here that were, yeah, part of Van Dorn's force. So what did I miss? Where are we at? This must be over in, yeah, around West Virginia, or... Not really. I mean, oh! Oh, it's over here. Yeah, we have to win this. So, the way this usually works is when it's the one-man army, it's not really the one-man army. And so we should start with the 20,000 against 45, and then we're stalling for a while. Yeah, we'll do this one. Yeah, it's not a good news, bad news. I mean, that's not true. The good news is the Fredericksburg map, which I really like. It is a meeting engagement, so we don't have to attack. But my guess is if they're starting over there, yeah, they got to get over the Rappahannock. But I just think they're going to get there first. So we'll have to let them have it because we don't really have too much of a choice there. And we'll just have to... We can play from behind as long as we don't fall too far behind. All right, let's get rid of this. Also, I think the bad news is that we do not have the 3D models due to... I think it was basically the very last update. I don't... Nah, I don't think so. I think these are the vanilla ones. Ugh, and you can see there was an error in housekeeping. We did not get... Jeez, that's a long way. But yeah, so we didn't get better rifles on them. But yeah, we're gonna miss the visual feast that is the 3D model improvement mod that was available on Steam. So thanks very much to that modder who did that. But I got the impression that after the last time, and I think it was the third or fourth time that modder had made some updates, and the devs were just releasing a patch. It seemed like almost every week, and I guess it was a lot of work to do. So it might be on hiatus. Ironically, though, I don't think that there has been a patch as of this playing in probably a week or two. But we never really know in advance when it's going to drop. And since there's no like stable development build where you could play the mod on and not have to worry about the latest patch ruining the mod, it makes complete sense to wait for some greater stability. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those are the vanilla models. I don't know. I don't think they're as polished as what we got with the 3D. The improved 3D models mod. All right, so actually we got this point. I was thinking, you know, this is actually a great defensive. It's a very good defensive point. Especially if the enemy obliges you and comes head on. I don't know because I've sent the cav down here to cap if that's actually the case. As soon as we do cap this, we're going to send them out and try to find where the other side be. Because if they were able to deploy even just a little bit forward here and they're just marching right across, they should be here in no time. All right, Beauregard is here. That's... Wow, and Beauregard showed up at a great spot. When does that ever happen? Right? Usually Beauregard would come in, you know, up here for whatever reason, but no, this time they showed up in the right spot, so that's great. And did I never put scouts out? Maybe I didn't, I can't see them? In any event, also, can I hear anything? All right, there we go. All right, so we're getting some movement there. Oh, they're back here for whatever reason. They're stuck on something. And I think what we're going to do with Jackson is detach him. And Actually, those aren't terrible spots. The best would be the railroads, but we don't have to order any sort of change yet. All right, we're waiting for Adams to get in for Hardy's command there. Oh, and we found them. And so they're going to make a crossing. It looks like it's... What? Oh, come on. I'll pause you all until there's something to show you. I don't know what this is. Usually the AI pathfinding is better than this, but they just ain't close. I mean, that's a pontoon. It doesn't look built, but this is just too much for them to be able to get across. So don't ask how, but I zoomed out. I was looking at other things, and then I zoomed back in, and somehow they've managed to just JC it across the Rappahannock. So even though the pontoon is up here, they're all up here. Don't ask questions like, how did you manage to get over there? It doesn't matter. I'm actually kind of glad, because otherwise it's going to be a busted episode. Though I think at this point they're probably outnumbered, or it's about even. Yeah, so it's about even in terms of manpower. We definitely have a nice position. We don't need our scouts out anymore for Adams or for anybody else. I don't think I need to bring you in yet, because I think it's going to be a bit too much for them to get their whole force over. But there's a possibility of a day 2, great, because it's 5:30 already in the middle of October. And so it's possible that they'll redeploy in a better way, and maybe we'll have a fight on day 2, and that'll be it for this battle. So it pretty much happened the way I thought it would. We deployed both our groups here. Yeah, that's fine. This artillery I left out on the flank so it could actually shoot. I thought they were going to press the center, as the AI tends to do. But that doesn't look like it's going to happen now. So what I'm going to do is just drag that artillery back, and if they want to pass through everyone else, they're more than welcome to. What do we have here? Medium range skirmishers. Yes, yes. We just brought Adams back beyond the creek here. We're having, what is this, Johnson's army? Yeah, they're going to come out and sit here on the right, or at least that's their goal. But we're sitting behind those railroad tracks. We're sitting in the woods. I've tried to issue the order at the Army level, Corps, Division, rest is to just defend and kick skirmishers out. So if they want to press, they can. And if they don't, that's fine. Probably pushing down here was the least bad option, because, you know, this part of the map can kind of save them from being flanked a bit. Probably. And they might have been able to catch my artillery out there, but if they just missed that one, they would have to move a bit quicker. Not exactly sure who those skirmishers taking pot shots at, but it's somebody. And yeah, our job now is to just kind of sit pretty and wait for them to come to us or not. But right now, it's as good as it's going to get for them. And if they don't press the attack immediately, they got no shot. So, anyways. Because they're going to be outnumbered 2-1 at that point. McGowan's division is kind of the reserve division here, right? There are people moving over here, so I'm glad we did keep that cav there. But they're not in position to attack, and we can tell just by looking at these that some of these brigades are already fairly beat up, not too reliable if they had to be pressed into a really hard attack. And our artillery is about to turn around and start shooting at them, and that's certainly not going to improve their morale. But yeah, I love the Fredericksburg map. I wish it got rolled more often. I like it. I think it's better than the Bull Run map. Obviously, it's better than Chancellorsville, even though it's kind of closely connected to that battle. But it has a lot of nice variation, right? You got the heavily wooded part, if that's your thing. It's got the urban thing, if that's your thing. I guess the Rappahannock messing up the AI, or apparently messing up the AI, but they now have their pontoon up. I'm trying to remember. No, they were trying to cross over here. I think they are still crossing over here. And then they kind of just magically morph over at a certain point. So we see the move that's coming here. We're going to move McGowan preemptively over here. I'm not worried about Wofford's division breaking or anything like that. And eventually, there's going to be this big old force over here that's going to end up on their left. So, yeah, the ball is in the Union's court, and we'll just see what's up. I guess for now we're going to watch skirmishers take pot shots at one another. Railroad tracks just look a bit odd. Alright, sounds like our artillery got down. I also realized that there is what was, I forget who this, I think this is Heineman's Corps that has absolutely no artillery in it. Might have been like that previously. I feel like I've brought that up. Alright, we'll try to get all those sprites shooting. Okay, you definitely don't have Maynards. Napoleon's probably, and they look like either Parrots or Ordnance. I don't know, are these skirmishers still shooting at us? Oh, they are. We're loose formation, and they decided to lay down on their own initiative, so good for them. I don't think I left that. Man, I told you that cough would be here. And believe me, it was much worse. Now, they got some laggards back here. I think, though, maybe we'll move back with the cab, make sure we don't get hit on the flank. Not that I'm too worried about that, but they do have fields and roads, and so they can move pretty quickly compared to our group, right? The downside of force, even with these paths through there, is that it can really limit your mobility, even if you had kind of interior lines. We're holding the victory point, as we are. I do like that at least whoever is commanding over here kicked out skirmishers. Yeah, I think this cab unit's kind of just eating it. And they look like they had, yeah, they have the creek cover, which I think is about as good as the forest behind them. So just keep them there. But yeah, obviously coming for the artillery would be very rough for them. And I will say, I think they're waiting for the rest of their force to get here. And, you know, and I think the AI kind of always knows where you are. Right, so if they could see this, they would just attack now, or just get off the map, just withdraw. But I don't think that they can see it. Take a look at things from the Union perspective. I'm trying to think of what guns have my cav outranged by that much. Because we're playing with kind of my modified version of AOM's weapon mods, and so at least for me it's reduced range and reduced accuracy, just so these are a bit more shootouts. maybe what we can do here, since these guys are shooting us where we can't shoot them, we can repay that a bit by bombarding these 2 or 3 brigades right here. And I know they have, I saw them with a battery somewhere. I don't know what the skirmishers are doing out here, but they got a very long line. A very long line. Yeah, and there's that other battery over there. Alright, bring them down, put them loose. I don't know, if I'm on the AI side, if we could, we'd probably concentrate them maybe over here. Maybe all these brigades concentrate right over here, and then force kind of this half of my line to move to meet them while they are, hopefully, I'm sure, in their view, sweeping us from the field. But I think that had to happen about a half hour ago in game. Alright, as long as it's this kind of a skirmish, I'm going to put you on pause and bring you back in if the AI decides to make a move. Or if I did. Alright, so as is my custom, I could not wait for the rest of my force to get in position, and I'm likely going to get my cavalry butchered as a result, but I know what I am. Move the cavalry up. 2nd Cav Brigade joined us from whatever that force was way up there. We move Adams, who is just getting shot. Move them over there. And I think now is it's going to be the time to turn things... No. No one here is charging. You are not on initiative. You are not. Get back here. Actually, I guess you are on initiative, but I'm taking you off. I'm going to micro the cav, and the orders have gone down now from McClaws to attack. And as much as I can micro 3 cav brigades, yeah, there is a 4th. We'll detach them and move them out here as well. Let's see, did that... Hopefully that trickled down to everybody else. But yeah, I got tired of this. Wow, those leaves are falling from... where? The wind must really be blowing them from over here. Honestly, have leaves ever been blowing in this game? Have they been in the game the whole time and I just never noticed? That is completely likely, given my powers of observation. Alright, you move up. You move up. Alright, they seem like they're waiting for something that I'm pretty sure is not going to happen, so you should probably just hurry up. Alright, what happens if I give them the assault order? Alright, so it looks like they're bringing their skirmishers in. Not how I assault, that's okay. Alright, these guys are going to roll up and try to cut their path of retreat. Alright. Alright, maybe they need to be nursed up a little bit here. What's this? No. I probably should not try to do more than one of these at a time. More than one flank at a time. But I will, and we'll get motion sick together here. What is this? Oh. Thought they were coming in for the melee. I was like, wow. Talk about your guts, man. They're the ones with the mixed cab weapons, that's right. So they can't do much until they're probably about this close. These fellows... No, that's not right. Yeah, they have Maynards. They can do far more damage. Alright, over here in the wheat field, I guess. Oh no. They've decided to melee. This is a terrible idea. I think the thing to do with these guys is to pull them back. The Maynards have the range to deal with other stuff, but I don't think D's cavalry does. Yeah, weird pathing decisions by the AI. Definitely weird. Did these guys melee? Oh no, they didn't. They may just end up meleeing. It's fine. Alright, they're standing off. That's okay. I'm gonna move them up there. Alright, and over here, looks like 3 of their brigades broke. Don't think... Alright, mixed cav weapons, you can go over there. Maynards, you should go over there too, and just make sure that we block that pontoon. Where is that fighting happening? Alright, it's over here. Alright, so they look like they know to engage. That's good. Alright, let's see if we can find the right command here. Army of Shenandoah. Maybe we just give them an attack order here. And then I'll try to find their artillery and just get them to do other things. I think the other battery's in there. Right there. Alright, we'll just have them do other stuff. Alrighty, yeah, you don't really need to do that. You just need to sit here, sit there, and you all can sit there. They might be able to hop from here to that little green thing and then out. I don't know what the green thing is, but I guess we're about to find out. Alright. Haber again is kind of the one that finds the fighting. So let's see what he does with his division here. If you don't use divisional orders, I highly recommend them. I think it's a much more fun way to play. I am long time guilty party to the over-microing, which I think also has its use, especially when the AI is just behaving a bit bonkers. But the divisional stuff is good. I wish some of the divisional controls were a bit better. I wish there were some things you could micro better. Like, I wish that while you gave them kind of general orders, you could still pick the formation. Because they love double line, and double line usually ends up costing you, I don't know, a quarter to a third of your firepower. It just always seems a bit odd. But anyways, it's fun. Oh, and we got them to retreat already. So it's a fairly long retreat timer. And we already have pretty much everybody on assault. So there's not too much left we can do. And there's some fighting over here. Blanchard. Alright, yeah, so Blanchard's got the range. And I don't think I realized it now, but yeah, they can cross here. So we'll, we may actually need to pull these guys over here. I think they're all about to be here. And yeah, we'll order them to go right through here. Right on through there is fine. Alright, and as it happens, Herbert is in the right spot to hit this division or two as they're trying to pull out. Now, a lot of them are already routing, but some of them still have their cohesion. But Maxi Greg is there. Cock is there. I don't usually run up the score after battles, but I don't know how many more I'm going to get, so. Plus, I don't always get to cut off the retreat like this, so gotta kind of do it when you can. Make the most of it. Yeah, this part of this division is going to get wrecked. Looks like that cav just charged people who are already breaking or about to break. This brigade is still together. Rhett apparently doesn't... Oh, okay, now they know. Yeah, this is going to end up being catastrophe. Are any of them able to JC their way across? They're certainly thinking about it. They're trying it. Some of them are thinking Worth. At least October 1863 thoughts of Worth. Alright, I think that'll... Looks like it's about to do it for us. I see that there's maybe 1-2 fighting brigades here. Another reason why it's good to try to, if you don't already do that divisional command stuff, and maybe some of it up at core or the army level, you can see how the AI acts when you're in control. And so a lot of the micro movements in particular are going to be the same as what the AI actually does when you're playing against them, and that can be useful. There are other parts of it that you're going to be able to control that the AI can't, and so part of the AI system runs in a way that you don't really have to deal with it. But I found it helpful when... I'm surprised it was even that close. When I was modding, and I'm still working on tuning the modding for this game, especially the battles. I'm trying to develop that better AI. Victory at Fredericksburg, indeed. So that's up here, and I did not even see that coming, so... Better lucky than good, right? I thought there was more likely to be something here. So we can see there actually is a third core. It's not very big. But that could bring in a lot of that cavalry. Who knows if the Army of Washington's going to bring in a bunch of forces with them. I should not be able to see this, but I can. And I think it's a really bad idea. So I got to tune some. I don't know what it is that I can tune. I know what it might be in the campaign preps that would get the AI to focus just more on attack. Maybe I have to. Actually, I do have an idea. We can cut down. Oh, it's been a while since I've taken math. The x-axis of their theater of operations, and maybe make it a little bit more Y dependent. So that actually is something. So they'll move less laterally, and they'll move more north or south, or at least relatively more north-south, and they won't be shuffling back and forth as much. But I don't think it's just this campaign. I think it's been some of the other ones as well. But then again, that's only maybe one other CSA campaign in all of 2023, where they seem to really want to hang out in West Virginia. And I know from the Discord that is, I'm not alone in experiencing that, and yet the importance values, and I've heightened them, is supposed to get the AI to focus on population in particular and enemy armies, and there isn't a lot of population or enemy armies in West Virginia, so I just don't know what that's about. And honestly, to pay relatively little extra attention to capitals. So, there's that. Alright, the Army of Florida has found a home. The Army of the West, who does this have? Because I don't think it's the Army of Florida. Yeah, it's Anderson and the Army of McCullough and Price. And not Bragg. So, yeah, you don't freeze up now. McCullough, Price, and then the other person it was Anderson, I think. Yeah, so Anderson then needs to kind of get over here, and Bragg can move over to here. Okay, so now they are pushing. Let's see about this. So you're ready to fight. Let's take you out of scouting, so you're ready to fight. Okay, move you there. Robertson, you might actually get pulled into this, so hang on. I don't know what this has. Second Corps with 13,000 ain't that much, so it depends on what the First Corps has. Well, that's something. That's 43,000. I would think with at least 2 armies, though. Yeah, we should be really close to that. Alright, so we can play that back at 5x speed, and that should start pretty soon. We do have the Charleston Squadron sitting there, kind of perpetually trying to run interference. At that crossing, kind of up around Illinois, Missouri, and Kentucky, Tennessee. We have this level 2 supply depot up here. We probably need one. Well, you know, we have one up by the forts. And then we have one also over in Nashville. So I don't know if we need one here. I was thinking kind of around that crossroads, we might. So what's the verdict here? They're starting off with 45,000. We're going to start off with 20,000, and then we're going to go up to about 40,000, and then we're going to go up to almost 60,000. And then quite a while after that, we're going to pull really far ahead. I would fight it because I wouldn't trust the AI to do it, and I kind of want to see what map we roll. All right, I'm in, excuse me, it's Murfreesboro, which I like for a lot of the same reasons I like Fredericksburg as a map. It's got a good mix of terrain, right? Some water that matters in urban area. It's not probably going to matter for this map, and some open areas as well. It's technically a meeting engagement. We're going to go up and cap this point here, but it is late in the afternoon. And so the whole time thing that I thought was an issue, I don't think is going to be a very big issue, because we just got to hold out a little bit for reinforcements. They spawn, let's see. Where the heck did they enter the battlefield? Red, red, red. Well, okay. Blue arrow up there. And so they just got to come right down the Lebanon Turnpike and then hang a left, I guess, at the railroad depot. But that kind of seems like a march. So, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to pause you, and when I have something to show you, I'll bring you back. So due to the mysteries of an incredible ability to see people from distances, I sent the cav out to scout kind of this middle way, just in case the AI tried to do something, and sure enough, we somehow spotted their cavalry. It looks like Kearney's. Is that what that says? Kearney's cavalry up there. And so we're going to go see if there's more to it. Oh, and now we see that there's cavalry pushing down here as well. And everywhere else, we've kind of just decided to hang out. I'm going to put these guys in single line. And the reason for that is when they're in double line and you select the divisional order for skirmishers, whoever's in the second line doesn't kick out skirmishers. You'd have to do it manually, and I don't know if we're going to need them, but if we do need them, I want to make sure that we have them. I think it's going to be too far for the AI to press us today, but just in case, we'll have that ready to go. All right, so we are into day 2. We got a second army to come in here, and then we have Garnett's force over here. And, yeah, we're going to send the cav out ahead, just to make sure we don't get ourselves into too much trouble. We definitely will. And I think after that, if there is this push here from the south, I didn't really notice that this was here before, but I'm noticing it now. That's not terrible. I don't think that's terrible. And then that'll be like that. So at least they could come in and they could deal with that threat if it materializes. We're going to send the cav over here because I don't know where they've gone during their redeployment. We are in, I think, an okay spot over here. I want to push them up, though, to the front side of that forest and check out what's going on over there. This artillery back here is basically for anything that comes through that forest, comes down that road. We might be able to get at them. Over here, not too much to say. Pyron and that cav we're going to send up here, mostly so we can just get this infantry up and over like that. There are gaps now, right? But the gaps are supposed to be covered by the artillery. The big weak point is absolutely in the middle of our forest right here. It's just Breckinridge's 3 brigade division. The artillery is not going to be able to do enough to stop that. Hopefully, though, there's enough that's close enough by that if they do get hard pressed, we can press back and beat them in the end. Again, there's no reason I should be able to see this. And I've tried to fiddle, I've said this in so many videos, I've tried to fiddle with turning down how far you can see, because even though I kind of know the AI always knows where I am, this just totally kills it. I mean, how... Although, I guess it is because those scouts were way out there, and scouts have ridiculously good sight. I guess it kind of makes sense. We'll see how they traverse this area here. They have the forests, and so that's the fences, I should say. And so that's a bit of a mobility problem. If they go down the road here, then they're into a forest. So I'm not too sure about that. Waddle. Oh. I don't remember sending Manny this way. Here, let's get him out of there, because that's not where he's supposed to be. This must be their second force. So if that's the case, why don't you, I have to say, why don't you waddle up here? And, what do I do? Because pretty soon, even if I move this artillery and this division up, then I think Breckinridge can start moving We'll just move them up the road for now. Try to keep them on the road. But it doesn't look like there should be a big push. My goodness, what are you doing, man? Run. Run before you get engaged. But yeah, if they're gonna follow this road over here and wind up here, yeah, maybe we just sit back there. And I think we can now move Lee. We'll take our skirmishers back, and we'll move over here. There you go. Run, Wilcox, run. And what do you have? Okay, so we'll get you down and we'll get you in loose formation. I think we're okay. Either with fences or forests cover. Walker's Cav can get loose and try to deal with things there. So actually, Waddle's Cav is the other Cav I have. I don't love sending them through a forest, but we're about to get Manny. Maybe that's it. Yeah, because it's only three armies, so I guess that does make sense. Yeah, Waddle is back here. All right, we have an engagement. Let's hang with that. Looks like a brigade all smushed up there. All right, so maybe it's not an engagement, but a man can dream. Okay, why don't we move that Cav over to there? Waddle, I think you can actually stay up for now. Manny, you don't need your scouts out if you're going to be this far back. Anderson can move up. Since we're going to have reinforcements come in, why don't we just try to make some room for them. All right, they're going to move up here. I don't know why that sounded like a question, but so that'll be Daniel's division, and then we want Chilton to end up somewhere over here. We keep them a little bit closer to the road since they're a little bit later to start. All right, Walker, you come on over. Waddle, I think we kind of know where they are, so I can now order you back. No, just order you back. Well, hopefully they make good pathfinding decisions. All right, what does it look like? Battlefield zoom and okay. Still seems too fast. All right, Aladdin. Well, we're gonna leave it on divisional orders. So if they find it to put out new skirmishers, great. If they don't, they don't. But Aladdin's skirmishers are going to unfortunately rout there. I'd be surprised if they did very much at all. Yeah, I don't believe that. They must have had a lot of people trip, fall, and hurt themselves to get up to 1,000 casualties. Because this is the only engagement that I know of. And over here with all the forests and all the kind of agricultural land, I can't imagine how there's going to be good sight lines to move artillery over here, so I'm not even going to try. Let's see. Anderson's forces, yeah, they're kind of going to where they should be. I think Breckinridge is the other division there, so do that. I mean, there is a gap in the road. If for whatever reason they tried to push through, I don't see why they would. What is that? Oh, they just never broke them. So they're continuing to somehow. No, I guess we can see them. I mean, they're sprites. They're not actual people, right? But yeah, I guess there are some sightlines there. And it looks like the Union's coming in close distance and push them out. If only they knew what was behind there, right? The one bit of micro we do allow ourselves is the cav. And so we'll move there to complicate any sort of movement over the road. That's really the path that Waddle is taking? Huh. Huh. Alright, whatever. Don't mind that. Ah, yes. The AI is advancing behind a screen of skirmishers. If you're a long or short-suffering viewer of the channel, you know that that is one of the things I wish the AI did more routinely. I guess either they routed or they didn't like what they see. Now, what I don't like is that this is moving forward. Right? And, you know, on this map, it's like, what good is your artillery going to do? But, you know, they could just sit it right over here. At the very least, it wouldn't get destroyed for no reason. But I don't know how advisable it is to lead with the artillery. It's just one of those long... long-term issues with the AI. Yeah, so they're going to set up right there. They're going to absolutely annihilate, I guess, Gladden. I guess Gladden's brigade is going to get the worst of that. But all right, fine. Let's see. Robertson is here. Let's give his brigades the defend order. And Anderson, we will do the same. We'll give your brigade, your divisions, and the brigades in them the defend order and just see what they do. Watch me eat my my words here on this artillery. Placed point blank. All right, over here. Right, we want skirmishers in medium range. I think an okay place to put them would be right about here. So Manny is up there. That's all right, I think. And yeah, you're going to be there, and you're going to be there. So yeah, that just about completes the line. Alright, Gladden's brigade can actually shoot. So there's something up there that is crawled within range. What is this? I think this is just these are just ghost sprites. Oh, that guy's doing his wounded animation. Sounds like the artillery got shot off its guns. That brigade is wisely taking cover, I guess waiting for others to show up. I guess Gladden has some target he's found. Alright. Wonder what it looks like from the Union's perspective. Yeah. What is this? That's Waddle's Cav, which is not supposed to be up there at all. I don't want the Cav stuck in the middle of their force over here and their other force over here, and then trying to fight backwards through my infantry with my Cav. Just let the infantry brigades deal with that. And, yeah. Alright, so it looks like it's Gladden's brigade, Jones's skirmishers. The AI, wisely here, is gone prone to mitigate a lot of that. But they're also not doing any damage in return, but they're really playing for time, I think, to get their numbers here. I'm wondering... maybe just move McCrae over to here and Law. And so we'll have a big fat stack of artillery in the center here. It's not only that, but it is that. Anderson, why don't you move back? Yeah, you know what? It's a nice idea, but why don't you all stay here? This is where we need you. Yeah, we can see Slocum's brigade is leading the way there. Pretty good circumstances for Gladden. Okay. Maybe give you a pause until something develops here. Alright, so at least Slocum is formed up. Looks like Warren and, is it Dury? Is also there. Manny's over here. I'm not too worried about the right side, but now all 5 of these artillery battalions are ready to shoot. It looks like they're able to shoot as well. And so the play is going to be for Lee here to push his division up. Kind of like this. They're in the screen stance, but basically I don't want Slocum to be able to engage the artillery at rifle range, but these reinforcements coming up are going to be a big help. There's been absolutely no movement. I actually don't know where most of the Union Army is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can count for 7 brigades and nothing else. So it's very odd. And I know from earlier there were at least 2 Cav brigades that I haven't seen. I have no idea where they are. So, anyways, not really my problem. See, this is a very slow push up here. My guess is, well, actually Gladden hasn't taken any casualties in a while. I was going to guess that eventually he's going to get pushed down just by the weight of numbers there. But I kind of wanted to see how this bombardment in the center holds, if it's enough to push off the attack by itself, or whether the infantry really needed to come up and support. I guess we'll only find out when it happens. I don't think they need to move up yet. And have the other brigades continue to move. If need be, we can always switch the divisional stance to defend or even attack. But I would imagine... How many guns is this? 15, so that's 30, 46, 61, 77? 77 guns? It should do something. We haven't set them to bombard. They're just sitting there on fire, so they're just going to do their own thing. Part because I don't know where the AI is going to move. I guess we can now pretty much figure that they're going to form up around here. If we zoom out, we can get a sense that, yeah, Slocum's not great, but you know, he might have a little bit of fight in him. But this is a very nice development for us. Shouldn't get too greedy with that artillery. Probably should move it to a safer spot over here. Same over here. Just wait and see what they do. My goodness! Waddle never waddled anywhere else. He was supposed to move down here. I guess he just gets the order and he's like, nah. Alright, so they're gonna move up there. I'm really trying to not get my cavalry killed. Jones is low. Jones's detachment must be that detachment right there. Yeah. Gladden still is barely taking any casualties, but my guess is they're shooting through their ammo. Yeah, they are. So that'll be an issue, but I'd rather be running out of ammo than men. So I'm not sure what happened to our skirmishers. We had them out on the divisional order. They seem to have disappeared. Alright, I think maybe Slocum is just going to move up on his own. Some brigade just broke for... Oh, they didn't break, they're just... Something happened with their organization. It was not great. Waddle, you know what, Waddle? Why don't you waddle over here and... yeah, improve the morale of friendlies. Alright, so Slocum did break. I guess the barrage got to him. And is that a second brigade? No, that's just one brigade and just some sprites. Alright, so it's the sprites of that brigade that are catching up. They can actually just stop right where they are. Are we close to winning this? Yeah, we are. Alright, that's the good news, and that would be the end of the episode. Now, you all came from where? So, it's Breckenridge's division that is misplaced now. Alright, they should be over there. And in a single line. Maybe they are withdrawing. I don't know. Alright, we can mount up this cab and get it moving. Alright. Woods Brigade has opened up on them. Stafford Skirmishers have opened up on... I think this was Dury. Yeah, and they look like they're cracking. And I think that's them deciding discretion is the better part of valor. All right. Since the AI seems to be falling back, I think, and maybe we're about to take this, I think maybe that's a good place to take a break. All right, I feel like for 3 or 4 episodes I've said, well, this is going to be the the end of the campaign season for 63, and yet we haven't got there, and we still haven't technically got there. I think it's November 1st is when it's going to come to an end. Excuse me again. But yeah, that was not a close one. But I don't know how the AI managed to lose 3,000 men in that, but somehow they did. Just kind of a lopsided shellacking, I think. And yeah, we'll see what happens from here. But I think that is going to be an episode. We've run over, my target is usually about 60 minutes. We haven't run over the 75-minute mark, which is really what I don't want to go over. But I feel like this is as good a place as any to wrap this episode. 2 really good battles for us. For the AI, I think that they were tough assignments. If I was in their position, it'd actually be kind of interesting. Maybe every once in a while to go and do this. I don't know. Are we actually... Yeah, we're not actually overcrowded. We just had to move them around to other places. So that's cool, and this is correct, right? The Battle of Murfreesboro. It's what inspires the creation of what becomes the International Committee of the Red Cross. Over here... Yeah, I'm avoiding this squadron because it seems bugged out from other episodes where you engage it, your ships never show up, but you still fight, and you lose. But that battle did remind me that I need to upgrade weapons, but I don't need to do it in this episode. So thanks very much for watching if you made it this far, and hope to bring you back for at least 1 or 2 more episodes before we wrap up this campaign.